Underway, we're about set to start pairs competition. That means you have to really brush up on your Russian, because there's a flock of them here, and any one of them could win.
Yes, there are actually 5 teams here that could win. 3 of them are Russians. The other, Mino and Sand, and as well, the Germans, Wurtz and Stoyer.
What do you think about Shishkova and Naumov? They've been unbeatable.
They've been unbeatable all season as well, Elsova and Bushkov. But there's a new team here. They're extremely dynamic. Dmitriev with a new partner, Kazakova. My favorites. The only thing that they lack is experience at this point.
Well, Dmitriev, of course, won all those championships with Mushkatonik. He's back with this new kid. Can they get it quick enough, soon enough? Does he have to rebuild his entire skating repertoire to become a contender again?
Well, it takes time, but they have come so far in a very short time. To me, they are the team that has the whole package. They have dynamics, they're powerful, and they have elegance.
And the Canadians would be happy to finish?
Well, I talked to Jean-Michel yesterday. He's shooting for the top 8, top 6 possibly. Same with Christy Sargent and Chris Wurtz.
Lots of pairs competition coming up when we come back in Edmonton at the 1996 World Figure Skating Championship. Rated by some, including Canada's Lloyd Eisler, as the most likely dark horse to challenge the Russians here in Edmonton, Menzies and Stoyer, the German champions.
Opening here with the side-by-side, triple toe loops. Perfectly done. This is a short program that has really worked well for them in the past. They skated to it last year, and it won rave reviews. Quite a bit of distance between them there on the spins. It's important to stay nice and close and tight together. They close with the final pair spin, and this really sets a great standard.
Menzies and Stoyer of Germany.
They've always been known as very good short program skaters. Can never come out and do it in the long program. They nailed every element very cleanly. This is the program to beat.
5th at the Worlds last year, looking to move up in 96. Have we changed the format?
The marks for Menzies and Stoyer. Marks for required elements. 5-6, 5-7, 5-5.
The first set of marks go up on the board for Mandy Wurtz and Ingo Stoyer of Germany, and the bar has been set very high. 5 6s and 5 7s, but for the 1 5 5 for the first set of marks, and for presentation, almost all 5.7s.
Thank you.
This is the number 2 team from the U.S. They've made some nice, steady progress over the last couple of years. 9th at the '94 Olympics, 8th at the World Championships last year, and aiming to move higher.
And at the U.S. Nationals, they actually won the short program, beating Mino and Sand, who are 3rd in the world right now. Many thought they should have won the Nationals, so they're really on the move. They're a very athletic team and very good single skaters. Open with a very high double twist. And now they're going into the side-by-side triple toes. And Jason put his foot down. That'll be a small deduction. She just pops out of nowhere. Down into a deep knee bend, quick up into the lasso lift, and into a reverse star position. Death spiral.
Gilco, Ina, and Jason Dungeon, they've been criticized in the past for not making enough of a connection with the audience. That seems to be changing. Claim that.
Here's the side-by-side triples. Watch Jason. He just is a little over-rotated and has to turn out of it. So that'll be a small deduction, about a 0.1. Here's their lasso lift. She pops right out of nowhere. Great entrance. Then she goes into the reverse star position. This lift has a very high degree of difficulty.
Boy, with Wurtz and Stoyer going first and these people skating just after them. Pretty high standard in the pairs competition.
Well, you know, the depth in this field of skaters has really become very tremendous. There's teams coming out of nowhere.
5-2, 5-1, 4-8, 5-0, 5-2. 5.248.
Well, they're not going to challenge the leaders at this moment with those marks. Required elements and presentation from 5-0 to 5-4. They will be in second place behind Volk and Stoyer.
Thank you.
Certainly Mandy Wurtz and Ingo Stoyer have set the bar high, but how high the bar is has never really bothered this couple. Got married this summer, and they've been celebrating with victories ever since in every competition they've entered. Evgenia Shishkova, Vadim Naumov.
This is a beautiful short program, skated to Ave Maria, and they open with one of the required elements, the spiral step sequence. And this is the critical element for them, side-by-side triple toe loops. And Evgenia stepped down on hers.
Shishkova is very petite, 85 pounds. That's less than 40 kilograms.
And 4'8".
So she is very petite.
That is a beautiful short program, though. I find that it really suits their style. They're not a very powerful team, so I think the slow music really masks the fact that they're not extremely powerful.
Marks for required elements. 5-4, 5-5, 5-4.
So they take a hit on the required elements.
Yes, with 5.1 on the board.
We're going to see the presentation come way up here, though.
5-8, 5-7.
Well, those marks are better, but you know what? They're not good enough. Volk and Stoyer are in first place.
5-8, 5-7. Thank you.
Boy, a Canadian can't step on the ice without getting a roar of applause from these fans in Edmonton. Christy Sargent, Chris Wurtz, second at the Canadian Championships in Ottawa behind Menzies and Bombardier. And they've been a story every time they skate.
They've really had a sort of an up and down year. They're really trying to come back from that. A little bit frustrated by the lack of results at their international competitions, I think. But they say they've nailed the side-by-side triples 5 out of 5 times. So let's hope that they do them here. Very well done. short program. I think it suits their style.
The last time we saw them skate in Ottawa, Chris was suffering from a concussion suffered in practice. And then the fire alarm went off in the middle of their routine.
They're skating to Colin James 3 hours past midnight. Here on the spin. Christie's traveling a little bit with this minor error.
Christy Sargent and Chris Wurtz.
That was a very, very solid skate for them.
And she's almost a hometown girl, comes from Red Deer.
And there's her daughter, Tristan, in the crowd, looking on.
Christy Sargent and Chris Wurtz have been together since 1993. In '94, they won Skate Canada in Red Deer.
Here's the side-by-side jumps, the ever-critical jumps, and they landed them just perfectly.
Well, you said 5 out of 5 in practice.
Now we're 6 out of 6. No, not in practice, in competition. And here's their overhead lift. This is one area maybe they're a little bit weak. They don't carry cover a lot of ice on the lifts. And I think the other area that hurts them is the fact that they don't carry a lot of speed when they skate. Oh, there's...
Mom and daughter.
That's sweet. But the music was building at times. I wanted to see them just fly into that lift, and I think that's one area they fall short. But that was just a great performance. Nailed all the elements.
Take it easy, buddy. Hey, Serge.
Well, all the none too secret messages for folks at home.
I think the contemporary music really suits their style. Their long program is more classical. And
certainly well received here,
yeah.
too.
Nice mark.
5-1 to 5-4. 5-4, 5-3, 5-4, 5-1,
5-3, 5-2. The marks for presentation.
Oh, those are outstanding. Sargent and Wurtz are in 3rd place. They've moved ahead of the Americans, Ina and Gunjan. They've been very close the last couple of years. 3rd bronze medal winners at the Worlds in '94. 4th last year, but they have been winners this year at Skate America and Nations Cup. They think they might be ready.
They've had a coaching change this year and a brand new look, striving to find the look, the style that the judges want to see. Good speed going into the triples. This is the most relaxed I've ever seen Marina skate. She always came out, you'd hardly see a smile. She was a very harsh skater, and they really softened her look. Spins are a little off there. One-hand overhead lift. Not extremely difficult lift. You'd think they would add more difficulty to that particular element.
Marina Elsova and Bushkov.
That was
they gave it some unique little twists.
They did. It was a very clean skate. I thought the lift could have been more difficult. They had a little bit of difficulty with unison on the spin, but overall, a very solid performance.
The mark.
And Bushkov marks for required elements. 5-5.
You see the marks go on the board. The first set for required elements up to 5.6. They don't look ecstatic with those marks.
Well, the jumps weren't great. There was a lot of distance between them, and again, they had a problem with unison on the spin. So although they did all the elements, they weren't their best.
And up to a 5.8, and you can see the ordinals go along the board. They are in second place. They have edged Shishkova and Naumov, but Volk and Stoyer are still on top. So now we have ourselves one of those wonderful dramatic moments you see every now and again in sport. The favorites have faltered, and this is one of the tandems that people thought, some people are saying might even be favored going in because this guy is so good. Artur Dmitriev, 1992 Olympic gold medal winner, 2 world championships with his old partner, Natalia Mishkitunik. Now he has a new partner in 20-year-old Oksana Kazakova, only their 5th competition together.
And they are very good, extremely dynamic. I think potentially can be Olympic champions. The only thing they don't have is experience, and they've looked really, really tight in practice today and also on the warm-up. Her triple toe is also not very consistent. She has not great technique, a wild free leg. No, she was way on a lean. But she's extremely flexible, just like Artur's former partner, Natalia Mishkitunik. Whoa, got a little bit close there. They close with the pair spin.
Oksana Kazakova and Artur Dmitriev, the European champions. We are back in Edmonton at the World Figure Skating Championships. We are awaiting the marks for Oksana Kazakova and Artur Dmitriev. And they look a little disappointed. They had been expected to make some kind of an impact here in Edmonton. The marks ranging from 5.1 to 5.6.
5-5, 5-1, 5-2. Marks for...
And we await the second set of marks.
These should come out, which
These
they
are
do.
very good. Kazakova and Dmitriev in 4th position. They have bounced Sargent and Wurtz to 5th. But Volk and Stoyer, the Germans, who remarkably skated first today, are still in 1st place. And listen to this crowd get revved up.
This is a time that it's really important for them to just stay in complete focus. It's easy to get caught up in all of this, but they have to focus because all the hours of training come down to one jump here. If they miss the jump, well, they're going to be down the list.
Well, they were 10th at the World Championships last year. They have been better than top 10 in virtually every competition they've entered this year, and they certainly want to move up.
Well, in '93 at the Worlds, they were 7th, so it's been a little frustrating. They want to get back up there. This is it. No, Jean-Michel didn't get off the ice, and Michelle didn't do hers either. Okay, they got to refocus here. Still 6 elements to go. Beautiful unison on the spin. It's right on. Well, they've really come back after that miss on the jump. Every element since has been very, very solid. And hopefully the polish and the maturity of this program is going to gain them some ground. They close with the back inside death spiral.
The Canadian champions, but not at their best tonight. Menzies and Bombardier.
By the ice.
So this is the moment for the Canadian champions. There's the flowers. They'll be opening a boutique shortly.
Well, you know, I have to wonder about the strategy here, because the chances of them landing those triple sows were pretty outrageous. They very, very rarely land them in practice, so there really wasn't much of a chance they were going to land them here tonight. You wonder if they should have gone with the easier jump with the side-by-side double axles, done a clean program. They probably would have been sitting maybe around 6th spot.
Well, the leaders appeared vulnerable tonight, so that might have worked. Well, the judges are taking a long time again.
And you know, Mino and Sand, who are skating next,
and last,
do not do the side-by-side triples. They're doing side-by-side double axles. So if they skate a very, very clean program, it'll be interesting to see where they fit in this mix.
So if you're just joining us, Wurtz and Stoyer, the Germans are in first place. And the much vaunted Russians are second, third, and fourth. Shishkova and Naumov are second. Elsova and Bushkov third. Kazakova and Dmitriev are fourth. Sargent and Wurtz, the #2 Canadian team, is in 5th place at the moment. Well, the marks for required elements for Menzies and Bombardier are pretty much what you'd expect.
Well, I think they're quite a bit lower than I expect. 4.2, 4.5, those are very low.
Marks for presentation puts them in 9th place with one more pair to skate.
Well, at least they're remaining in the top 10, which is a key.
Top 10, he's agreeing with you, Rev. So here they are, the last skaters tonight. The American champions, 3rd in the world last year. Jenny Mino and Todd Sand. And they have to know what this entire building knows. The leaders can be had.
They've had an extremely busy season. They got married this past summer and actually put this brand new program together in December, just prior to the Nationals. It's an absolutely beautiful piece of choreography. They're skating to Chopin Fantasy Impromptu. Opening with a side-by-side double axles. Todd stepped out of his. Now that is really going to hurt them because they are less on the difficulty scale. So they went for the sure thing and it wasn't there. This is a beautiful spiral step sequence. Signature lift, the dropout. I think what may save them here is the artistic mark. This is a beautiful program. I think they could be safe, even with the mistake.
Jenny Mino and Todd Sand. Happening on the scoreboard. I got to show you the computer here. This is the official readout of what's been happening so far tonight. Elsova and Bushkov have flipped with Shishkova and Naumov because of what happened with Mino and Sand. These are the official standings. Wurtz and Stoyer are still on top, by the way, the Germans. There's no change there. And we have Sargent and Wurtz pushed down to 6th by the American pair that skated last. Whoa, what a night. Barb, what do you think?
Well, you know what? It can still be a Russian shootout tomorrow because Wurtz and Stoyer are not very good in the long program. History has shown that. But I think it's great for our Canadians, Wurtz and Sargent. What a great finish for them. Great to see.
Well, we've been talking about the Russians all day. The Germans, which a lot of people may not know, you've mentioned this before, but they were second after the short program at the Worlds last year.
Worlds, they were second and dropped to 5th. So they're not a sure thing in the long program. Shishkova and Naumov, Elsova, Bushkov, Dmitriev, Kazakova, any of those can win the long program.
So that's the long
Stoyer, I should say.
Long program tomorrow. We also have the men's short, so we'll see Elvis and Ermanov tomorrow. So, oh boy, come back and join us tomorrow. Hope you had fun. We had a lot of good time.